Tango, a sad thought that can be danced. That is how the great tango composer Enrique Santos Discépolo described tango. In this topic, we look at influences on tango, how it originated, characteristics, and framing a connection to the song lyrics. Sadness is indeed essential to tango, and it comes from things, places, and above all, the people the immigrant left behind when he came to Argentina to hacer la América, to make it in America. Tango first appeared as a type of dance that combined a different set of rhythms. The Cuban habanera of Spanish origin, the African quebrada or fast movement of the hips, the rhythm of the German bandoneon. It was danced by men and it was considered a forbidden dance, overtly sexual. In other words, its origin was immoral, frowned upon by society. It wasn't until some niños bien or rich kids who used to frequent these questionable places took it to Paris, where it was a hit, that the upper class accepted it until it became a symbol of national pride and identity. This goes to show you that the new rich look overseas, particularly to France, for approval. This phenomenon of cultural insecurity was to be a part of the Latin American elite, and it was reflected in the music. In the early 20th century, lyrics were added. They centered around life in Buenos Aires, particularly the life of the newly arrived, the immigrant who was trying to find a new life while missing the old one. That's where the sadness comes in. The lyrics speak of nostalgia for a lost love, the mother, or places the immigrant fears he'll never see again. Also, the lyrics are about specific places in the city of Buenos Aires, neighborhoods, streets, corners, bars, and cafes. These are new identity markers, new places around which the immigrant is building his own sense of identity and belonging. Songs use a constant device, a dialogue with people, places, and things, old and new. There is a you the singer talks to, or at least tries to talk to, but there is no response, only a desire to communicate, to build a bridge to express the terrible crisis, the terrible loneliness the immigrant is going through. Let's not forget that this is the time when capitalism is in full force in Latin America. And we know, private property and the expression of your identity, of your own place in society, your own aspirations are key to having a sense of identity. In other words, what's important is the individual as he looks for his own place in society. Therefore, there is a sense of me. What's important is my own drama, my personal struggle. And this takes shape as I communicate with the you that is no longer there. Be it a long-lost love, the mother, or the place I left behind. Tango songs are full of confessions, inner dramas, outpour of emotions. They don't shy away from pouring your guts out. Also, tango looks towards the past. The singer is involved in this constant struggle with the past while he tries to make sense of his own present. Tango is the music of the city. In this particular case, of the city of Buenos Aires. This is key to understanding how cities were to become essential in Latin American music, from tango to rock, from romantic music to salsa and songs about political struggle. No one expresses this better than the singer who epitomizes tango, Carlos Gardel, also an immigrant who came to Buenos Aires from France as the 2-year-old son of a single mother. He is the first Latin American crooner, elegant, manly, a seducer, and extremely charismatic. His death at the early age of 35 contributed to turning him into a legend, a mythical figure that transcends music. It is said he sings better as time goes by. Tango created a new musical language, while the immigrants, mainly Italians, created a new dialect, lunfardo. But more on that later. In summary, let's now take a look at what we have covered in this topic. We have reviewed the influences on tango, how it originated and its characteristics, and finally, we frame a connection to the song lyrics. And let me tell you, I look forward to discussing these ideas in an upcoming topic.